Good morning to one and all. Today I am going to start a new topic that is model number
Sir,
4.
your voice sound is little less. It is coming very low.
Now it's okay?
No, yeah, yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Today I am going to start a new model that is model number 4, CCTV and access control systems. Okay, this CCTV and access control system is mainly need for the protection. Okay, which is mainly need for the protection that is comes under lecture number.
Sorry for interruption, sir. Sir, again it is coming very low, sir.
No, it's for me it's okay. From my side it's okay. Volume. Okay.
I think some mic problem.
No. It's not my problem. Okay. Okay. So the need for access systems are to provide the protection that is property, life, material and facility. Okay. Property, life, materials and facilities. As well as in terms of it will be a damage, unauthorized entry, theft and any other dishonest, illegal or criminal act. So from that we can protect it. Okay, for the purpose for that is for access system. Okay, one for property, life, materials and facility. Okay, constraints. The main constraint it is security and safety of the employees, customers, cost effective solutions, and comply with government regulations. Provide enhanced protection because nowadays to get the proper approval from the government, there will be they are asking the protection safety requirements. What are the safety requirements which are imposed in the buildings? Okay, that safety precaution that is requirements which is already segregated by the government itself. So just we have to follow the procedure. Just we have to follow the procedure. Okay, provide enhanced protection and a security system. So because of these constraints we need a security system in the buildings, okay, as well as in the residential building as well as in the commercial building. So there are four types of security systems are available. One is access system, access control. Okay, there are four types of security systems are available. One is access control, second one CCTV cameras, third one is video door phone, and fourth one is intrusion detection system. The other name of intrusion detection system is burglar alarm system. Okay, so there are four types. One is access control, second one is CCTV, third one is video door phone, fourth one is burglar alarm system. We'll see one by one. What is access control? Any idea about access control, students? Any idea about access control? Can you please give me the reply?
No, sir. Sir, is it related to security?
Yes, it is related to security. See, don't say it will be no, sir, because each and every whatever the topic which I am going to take, okay, everything will be real time. Okay, day to day life we are seeing it. Don't say no. The major.
Sir, it is physical security
Yes, physical security.
and
Correct.
information security.
Yes. Okay. The major definition of access control, it is the ability to permit or deny the use of particular resource by a particular entity. For example, okay, there is a locker are available in your bank. Okay, that locker will be accessed by a particular person, either by you as well as one key with a bank manager. Okay, apart from that, if anyone access that locker, it is not possible. Okay, that is one of the example. As well as your library. Okay, library textbooks which you are taking, that particular book will be accessed only to that particular student. Okay, that is one access control. Okay, it will allow only a person. Okay, whether it will be correct or not, that access control will permit. Okay, that is the purpose. Okay, in physical security, the term access control refers to the practice of restricting entrance to the property or building or room to the authorized persons. Okay, the major applications are public transportations, car parks, construction sites, immigration control. What is immigration control? Anyone? What is immigration control? Immigration means what? Immigration.
So entering,
Yes.
number of people entering a country.
Yes, that is called immigration. Libraries, okay, bank lockers, okay, these are all the applications of access control. Okay, there are two types of access controls are available. One is standalone access control, another one is computerized access control. This is one 5-mark question. Okay, standalone, another one is computerized. What is the basic difference between these two? Standalone access control will be a cheaper cost. Okay, computerized access control, it will be the cost wise it is higher. And here in standalone, no personal computer is required, but here we have to link with personal computer. For example, the bank theft, which will be linked, the bank theft will be linked with the police station, that is called personal computers. Okay, which will be, they will check each and every, for example, if the thief will be if some problem is happening in the bank, immediately the signal will be goes to the police station. Okay, such type of link will be happening nowadays. And also here purely used for door access security only. Here they are accessing only the door access, but here they can access the door access as well as monitor the employee movement also. Okay, employee movement also for reporting purpose. Okay, and here in standalones they cannot take the time attendance and payroll software. Okay, but here they can attend. For example, okay, for example, if nowadays if you take any officers or any bank or any type of stationery shops are like that, all the employees are linked with the biometric system, biometric attendance. Okay, that biometric attendance they will link with the payroll. Payroll means it will be a salary credit software. Okay, they will check based upon the biometric attendance, fingerprint or face print recognition, the software will credit the salary. Okay, based upon the, if an employee will miss yet today attendance, means automatically he cannot get the 1 day salary. Okay, that is called payroll software. And also they can easily identify the, in payroll software they can identify the at what time the employee can make punch in and punch out. Okay, at what time punch in means entry time and punch out is exit time. Okay, that data we can take it at whenever it will be. So this is possible only in computerized, not in standalone. And also in standalone they can use only the card type, just a pin or either pin or card only they can access it. Okay, but here in computerized, combination of both they can use it. Okay, and card means it will be RFID card, whatever it may be. Okay, and in standalone they can monitor an employee's in and out timings. Okay, like us. Okay, but here in computerized it is also possible. Okay, viewed, and they will take the report. For example, our 2 months back they want the details of that particular employee, means it is possible in only in computerized, not in standalone. Okay, are you understand my point? Are you understand? Are you understand the basic difference?
Yes, sir.
Okay, standalone and computerized access control. Okay, next one will be, these are all physical access control methods. Okay, these are all physical, that the person we have to monitor, we have to apply. Okay, this is one a locker. Okay, locker key, and this is the card access systems we can monitor it, because, and this is the card readable access system, it's swiping type. Okay, swiping type, and this is the pull stations. Okay, and here all are operated by either by mechanical control or electronic control. And also we can, a person can, for example, here swiping type will be there. Okay, this swiping type will be having a pin type, or here a LED light, small LED light indicator will be there. Okay, when the chip will be swiped, immediately the LED light will go and it will be give the signal. Okay, that is access card system. Or in terms of fingerprint, or what is that, what is mean by iris, IRIS, what it is, what it is IRIS? Students, Ashwana, Sartak Das,
I don't know, sir.
iris,
Yes, sir.
what it is? This one. This is a high recognition. Okay, highs. Okay, high lens. It will be called high lens. Okay, iris means high lens. They will take the print from the highs. Okay, that is called this one. And this is fingerprint. Okay, either it will be a forefinger or some persons they will use a thumb also, they can use it. That is called fingerprint. Nowadays, apart from that, they can use the face recognition also. This is magnetic lock key. And what it is? This one. This one what? This one? Girls? Naira? Darshini?
So card swiping entry.
This one ma? This is.
Gate something, sir. I think some, like in metro station there is something
Yes,
like
yes. Okay, this is called that is the it will be, this is the movement to control the movement. Okay, unauthorized movement inside the library. Okay, mostly they will use in library, but nowadays they are using in metro stations also, they can use it. But previously they implemented, or first in our country they implemented this system in the libraries. In IIT Madras they implemented this concept. Okay, nearly 15 years back they implemented this concept. Okay, afterwards only but the cost of the equipment it will be high. The reason is that, and the major drawback is that sometimes this movement is not working. So what we have to do, there is a person who is sitting here, he can have to manually, he has to operate it. That is one drawback here. To avoid this drawback, nowadays most of the items they are going for a magnetic locking system. Okay, magnetic door locking systems. And what it is? This one?
So this is that toll road.
Coin type, right? We'll put the coin and we'll get the receipt. Right? To get the car parking receipts, right? By using that is coin type. We can use it. Okay, this is one locking system which will be used in the parking stations. Okay, this is one access systems also. Okay. And now I'm going to explain what is access control system, how to design this access control system. Most probably this access control points are used in terms of door or turnstile or parking gate. This is one parking gate. This is a parking gate, and elevator will be there, and other physical barrier will be there. Okay. And this is one finger movement. This is the card type. Okay, this is mostly used in the lift, as well as it is used in the doors also. Okay, it will be used in the doors also. Okay, model, how to design this access control system model. Okay, there are 5 parameters are there to create this access control system. One is electric strike. Okay, one is electric strike. Second one is reader. Reader will be a keypad, card reader, or fingerprint reader. Okay, third one is access control panel. Fourth one, door switch. Fifth one, exit button. Okay, this is one 10-mark question. So what are the parts are available to design the access control system model? There are 5 parts. One is electric strike, reader, access control panel, door switch, and exit button. Exit button means maybe a push button or pull button switch. Okay, this is the model. Okay, this is the model. There is a wooden door will be there. Okay, this is the wooden door, and this is the lock. Okay, this is the handle, and inside there will be a lock. Here only the lock will be there. This lock will be a mechanical strike as well as electric strike lock. Okay, both are available, electric strike lock. And this electric strike lock connected, one contact is connected with the control panel, and the top end of the door contact there is another door contact lock is there. That lock will be connected with another end of control panel. Okay, this is 2 points. And third point will be connected to the reader. Reader will be the biometric reader. Maybe a biometric means maybe a push button switches, or otherwise pin number, 4 pin numbers we can give, or otherwise we can use a card swipe. Okay, magnetic stripe cards are available, and afterwards exit button. Okay, exit button is available. Exit button means which will be pushed. okay, which will be available inside, because in our colleges this doors they have used, they have implemented this door in the account sections. Okay, if you go there you can see this door. Okay, this is purely for security purpose, they can design it here. Okay, you see this one, wooden door. Okay, lock is available. Okay, the top end, okay, lock is connected with the controller panel. Okay, exit switch which is inside, in which will be connected inside. Okay, inside in the wall. Okay, side wall they will push it. And emergency glass and personal computer. Now what happened in the life, for example in the account section almost 10 employees are working, means the team 10 employee detail including the face recognition, okay, card, everything they will load it here. Okay, those people only access it. Okay, for example if I'm entering to the door, I cannot, the door not opening, so immediately what happened, inside a person who is working inside the account section, they will press the exit switch. Once they will press the exit switch, immediately the door can open, then I can go inside. Okay, that is a purpose. Suppose if automatically the door is closed, it's not at all working, but employees will be there inside, means immediately there will be emergency glass will be there, break glass. So they will break this glass and they will press this emergency button. Even press the emergency button, immediately the door will be open, as well as it will give the signal to the entire system. The persons are occupying the some problem in this building. Okay, I understand my point. The reader will be a card readers, we can use it. Okay, I understand. And also, okay, and also here this switch they are using, right, this is the electric switch. Okay, here you see electric switch. This electric strike is having two options. One is failure secure, another one is failure safe. Failure secure means we have to apply the electric current to the strike, will cause it to open. Fail safe means applying electric current to the strike and cause it to lock. Okay, secure for open, safe for lock. Okay, I understand my point. Electric strike is having two options. One is fail secure, another one is fail safe. Okay, this is the push button. Nowadays this type of doors with this locks, everything nowadays they are implemented in the houses also. And types of reader. Okay, types of reader means here told, right, this reader. Okay, the types of reader will be classified into three types. One is non-intelligent reader, basic knowledge, normal pin type reader, okay, or card type, okay, small reader. And semi-intelligent. Semi-intelligent means having all inputs and all necessary to control the door hardware. But this reader will not take any access decisions. Intelligent reader means it will have all inputs and outputs necessary to control door hardware. They also have memory and a process power necessary to make access decisions independently. Access control panel. Access control panel is already explained it. Okay, the decisions, it will be a decision sector. Access control panel which will access all the inputs from the readers. Okay, and it will be sent to the database for locking or opening options. Okay, and also this access control panel which will be connected with the alarm. Okay, which will be connected with the alarm by using the LED lights for granting purpose. Door switch. This is a door switch. You see here. Okay, to monitor the door switch, to monitor the door position, either it will be a contact type. A contact means whether the door is properly closed or not. Non-contact means it is not closed. Exit button. Exit button means usually for one entry only one exit button, that is one exit is controlled. Okay, that is the purpose of exit button. Okay, entry is controlled but exit is uncontrolled here. That is one option here. Where exit is controlled, the second reader used to opposite on the door. In case where exit is not controlled, free exit, a device called a request to exit is used. That is called RTE. RTE. Okay, and also the other name of push button, there is a push button will be there to exit the persons. That push button is other name called as a motion detector. Okay, motion detectors, sensors, they can use it. Okay, these are all the pressing buttons, push button switches. They can use it. Okay, they have to press this button. Or understand? Or understand the point? What it is? Any idea? This one? This is called pin access control. Okay, this is pin access control.
Password pin.
Pin access control. Okay, by using the 4-digit pin. Okay, usually this pin access control they are giving in for locker systems. Okay, for nowadays if you have opened some locker, bank locker, okay, for a jewelry locker, a cash bank, a cash account locker in the bank, nowadays in State Bank of India they are providing this card access as well as a 4-digit secret code also. Okay, and nowadays in bureaus also they are having this code access system, and multiple set of codes which the person can segregate and reprogrammed also. There are two types of card access control is available. One is conventional cards, another one is smart card. Okay, this both the cards is having the reading. One is contact, another one is non-contact. I am going to explain the card technologies. There are 4 types are there. One is magnetic cards, Wagner cards, proximity cards, another one is smart cards. Okay, there are 4 types of cards are available. One is magnetic cards, second one is Wagner cards, third one is proximity cards, fourth one is smart card. First I am going to explain magnetic cards. This is used for banking applications. Okay, a pattern of digital data is encoded on the magnetic strip. This magnetic strip is made up of a tiny ion based magnetic particles like a plastic film. Each particle is made up of a thin bar magnet about 20 millionths of inch long. Okay, and writing on the card is done by magnetizing. That is your ATM cards. Okay, or magnetic cards. Okay, bank applications, all the ATM and credit cards are called magnetic cards. Okay, and it can be used for swipe a magnetic card through the reader. Okay, that is also possible. This is magnetic strip. Okay, magnetic strip card, and this magnetic strip card is having a 3 rows. Okay, here you see there are 3 tracks on magnetic strips. Each track is 110 inch wide. Okay, track 1 is 210 bits per pinch and holds 17.6 bit plus parity bit read only characters. Okay, track 2 is 76 bpi and holds 44 bit plus parity bit characters, like using our digital systems. Parity we can use it in microprocessor as well as in digital systems we can use it. And track 3 is 210 bpa. This is one 1 mark question. Okay, in 1 mark question I will ask you, for magnetic strip for a track 2 dash bpa means you have to give 75 bpa. Track 3 it is 210 bpa. This is only for incorporating the PIN, country code, currency units, amount authorized. This everything is given by the bank magnetic strip cards. Operation: when the card is withdrawn from the reader, it moves across the magnetic head. The head reads the data and sends the information to the system processor for verification. Okay, this verification will verify the merchant ID, valid card number, expiration date, that is expired date, credit card limit, card usage. Nowadays I think everybody are using the credit cards nowadays, including school student also using the credit card. Okay, any doubts students? Any doubts? Nischal,
No, sir.
Ashu Anand,
No, sir.
Darshini, Grishma, Kavipriya?
No, sir.
Okay. Next one is Wagner cards. This is also used in access control system, but here in magnetic cards they are using ferromagnetic materials. Okay, but here they are using now instead of ferromagnetic material they are using the paramagnetic materials, and it contains a set of embedded wires. Okay, the wires may be a special alloy of cobalt, iron or vanadium material with magnetic property. Okay, and this is also occur to control the wide range of temperature. Okay, and in Wagner cards there are three wires are there. One is common ground, other two are data transmission wires, usually named as data high and data low. Okay, so Wagner cards having three wires, one for common wire, second wire for data transmission for a data high, and third wire for data transmission for a data low. The major advantage for this Wagner cards are rapid response time, portability. Okay, this is Wagner cards, but this Wagner cards we are not using, we are using the magnetic type cards also. In hotels also we are using the magnetic type cards. Third one is proximity cards. Here IC, integrated circuit, embedded in high grade fiber glass epoxy card. It contains the integrated circuit chip, capacitor and a coil which is connected in parallel. Okay, these card reader present a field that excites the coil and charges the capacitor, which then energizes and powers the IC. This IC, this integrated circuit will transmit the card number via coil to the card reader. Normally in previously it is 26 bits, but latest cards have increased number of bits. Okay, this is the proximity cards. These are all proximity cards you see here. Last one is smart cards. Smart cards nowadays you can take now if you buy what is that credit card, a new type of a credit cards, if you buy it, there is a prime type that is called smart cards. Okay, smart cards which is having the 8-pin configuration. Okay, 8-pin configuration. The first pin will be the VCC, second pin is no connect, third pin is clock, fourth pin is no connect, 8th pin is no connect, 7th pin is input and output port, and 5th pin is ground. Okay, and the smart cards will be different from RFID cards. Okay, because the storage capacity of this card will be vary from 8 kilobyte to 64 kilobyte. Okay, and these cards are available for both contact and contactless. What is contact and contactless? Anyone? Anyone? Any idea? Contact. This is chip type. You see here. This can't cut under, because nowadays your what is that driving license. Okay, driving license will be a smart card. I am having a driving license in smart card. Okay, nowadays the driving license are issued by in smart card itself. Okay, this smart card will be majorly different from RFID, because RFID cards are radio frequency infrared detectors. Cards are very low security applications. These cards are having 4 working range from 10 centimeter to 10 meter, which varies with respect to the operating frequencies. Okay. Any idea about anti-passback, students? Any idea about anti-passback? Any idea? To avoid the person just entered into a controlled area, giving his badge to another one to allow his access. It is not possible here. Okay, without, for example, the bank is issued one access control card to you. Okay, you can access that card only by you. Okay, you can't give that card to somebody to access it. It's not possible, because it will be occur. And also without this control, more persons than the authorized could access to a control area with a unique badge. The control of anti-passback, less sophisticated, consists of simply controlling that in the same reader, the same badge has not been read more than once. Example, your Aadhaar card. It is an anti-passback cards. This is the theory. This is not required. There are types of anti-passback. One is regional anti-passback. If the person did not enter through an approved building entrance, he or she should not be permitted to use any of the reader within the building. In the entrance itself, we have to use this card. Then only any type of systems can access by a person. That is regional anti-passback. Second one is timed anti-passback. This is designated amount time pass before an access card can be used at the same reader again. Third one is nested time anti-passback. Readers be used in only designated sequence to enter or leave a highly secured area. Fourth one is hard anti-passback. When a violation of anti-passback rules occurs, the user will be denied access. Fifth one is soft anti-passback. Here the users who violate anti-passback rules are permitted access, but the incident is reported to the person managing access control system so that corrective action can be taken. So there are 5 types of anti-passbacks are available. One is regional anti-passback, second one is timed, third one is nested, fourth one is hard, fifth one is soft anti-passback. You see this, watch this video.
Hello and welcome to a Cantech training video. Today we're going to talk about the basics of access control. What is access control? Access control is a method of controlling passage into or out of an area. A typical Cantech setup for access control is an access controller. This is what takes the decision to let people in or out. It also manages unlock schedules and many other things. A reader or keypad. This allows you to enter your unique credentials to gain access. A door contact. This allows the controller to see if the door is open or closed. A door strike or magnetic lock. This will release the door when you get an access granted. A request to exit. This allows you to exit an area without entering any credentials. So how does this all work? Let's have a look at each component. The door strike. There are many types of locking devices. The most common is a door strike. The majority will unlock the door when powered up. The door contact. This shows the position of the door, open or closed. This will allow us to know if the door was open without permission or was left open. An access card. The card is actually just a big antenna and a chip. The chip is powered through the antenna, so there is no power source included. Once it's powered, it will transmit a string of zeros and ones at a specific frequency. The reader or keypad. The reader transmits on a specific frequency. When a card answers, it sends the information it read to the controller. The reader will only report the information it reads from the card. It does not make any decisions on whether to give access or not. It only sees a string of zeros and ones and sends this information in Weaken format to the controller. A request to exit unit. This is a unit that will tell the controller that someone is trying to exit the room without having to enter any credentials. The request to exit is usually a motion infrared detector or simply a manually activated button. The request to exit, or REX for short, will transmit an infrared beam in front of the door. When it detects someone approaching the door, it will send a request to the controller to unlock the door. An access controller. This is the brains of the operation. It manages everything. It constantly monitors the door contact to know when the door is open or not. It will unlock the door. It will manage the unlock schedule if you wish to have the door unlocked for a period of time. It will manage request to exit requests. It will receive the card information from the reader and decrypt the information to see if this user has the right to access this door at this time, and many other functions. How does it know what the string of zeros and ones mean? It uses a decryption template to translate the binary string into a card number. If the decryption matches the encryption on the card, it will read the correct card number and give access. If it's the wrong decryption, it will send an access denied message and not unlock the door. How does the controller know which user should have access or not? Everything is programmed from the Entrapass software on a computer.
Passback is an access control term that requires a person to enter and exit at the same point. Without exiting, that person would never be allowed to access that point again. This is important in an environment that practices strict security. Any person that is entering a premise would not be allowed to exit without his entry record and vice versa. With anti-passback, all access records are available to promote a more secure working environment. FingerTech, we make things easy.
Students, any doubts?